He was like, "You're gonna be naked tonight," and I was like, "Whatever you say, Daddy. Whatever Daddy says."
Megan Fox was on the hottest celebrity lists. She was on almost every magazine cover and most recently seen under the covers of MGK's bed. Megan Fox has been severely criticized for her good looks and bad attitude. She's been bullied and she's even been a bully. There was even a dedicated day in her name in 2009 called A Day Without Megan Fox in the hopes that social media platforms would voluntarily not post any news or photos regarding the hot Hellraiser. Her acting career was cursed after atrocious comments were made about Michael Bay that sent Steven Spielberg into a fury. Megan Fox was raised under a very strict roof and attended Catholic school for most of her adolescence. She started dancing and acting by the age of 5. Megan was born in Tennessee and moved to Florida with her family by the age of 10. Megan Fox's modeling career kicked off when she was 13 years old and won several awards at the 1999 American Modeling and Talent Convention. Even though Megan was receiving praise for her good looks, it wasn't always an easy strut down the runway. Megan Fox used to get bullied at school. Kids would call her names, and some literally threw ketchup packets at her. Megan actually used to eat her lunch in the bathroom stalls. Remember that scene in Mean Girls when Cathy Heron used to do that? Yeah, that was based off of Megan Fox. In high school, she claimed that she was never popular and always got along better with the boys, which females found very threatening and didn't want to have anything to do with her. Megan was alienated for so long, but finally found her calling and future in her acting career. Or so we thought. Megan's acting career started in 2001 when she appeared in Mary-Kate and Ashley's film Holiday in the Sun. She then joined forces with Lindsay Lohan on Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen a few years later. Megan Fox landed herself a supporting role on the TV show Hope and Faith that went on from 2004 to 2006. And in 2007, Megan Fox finally rose to prominence with a huge leading role in Michael Bay's Transformers. The movies went on to be very successful, but drama seemed to follow Megan around wherever she created it herself or was being directed at her. In an interview with Megan after filming the first and second Transformers, she started comparing Michael Bay to Napoleon and Hitler. Megan said, and I quote, "He's like Napoleon. He wants to create this insane, infamous madman reputation." She went on to say, and I quote, "He wants to be like Hitler on his sets." And he is. Megan Fox was only hired for the first 2 Transformers movies, but by the time the third one rolled around, it was apparent that she would no longer be making any appearance. Even though her comments were about Michael Bay, producer Steven Spielberg was beyond furious and demanded that she be fired immediately. But of course, there were rumors spreading around that Megan made the decision herself to leave the movie, when in fact, that just wasn't true. She was totally fired and deserved to be after the comments she made. Anyone who's worked with Megan Fox has always had the same comment, that she's difficult to work with. Megan would show up without a care in the world for her job. Employees working on the film said that she was acting like she didn't want to be there the whole time. Megan's careless attitude followed her as she tried to find her next big break, which never really happened. Megan Fox decided to break out of her typecasted hot girl roles to find more meaning in her career. But that didn't really seem to stick, as there wasn't much else she was offering us. In 2009, Megan Fox had a lead role in Jennifer's Body, which was a high school-based horror comedy with feminist themes. The problem was, the marketing campaign was heavily aimed at the male population, rather than females who the movie was intended for. After a lot of mixed reviews, the film became a cult classic and earned $6.8 million on the opening weekend. Continuing to explore her options in the acting world, Megan went for more serious roles. She starred in an artsy indie film alongside Mickey Rourke and Bill Murray titled Passion Play. It premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2010 and earned just under $3,000 before heading straight to DVD. The Megan Fox acting curse continued when she joined the cast of Jonah Hex, which now has an infamous reputation as one of the biggest comic book movie bombs of all time. Megan's role in this movie earned her a Golden Raspberry Award, or a Razzie as they're called, for Worst Actress and Worst Screen Couple. When the movie was premiering, Megan stated that no fans or her children should ever go see Jonah Hex, but is still open to being casted in any future DC films. Megan continued to be typecasted in roles where she played the hot girl, or the rich and popular one, roles which only seemed to reflect her current status. In 2014, Megan Fox teamed back up with Michael Bay, settling their feud and beginning to work on the reboot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was a massive success until making the third movie when the project was dropped. Megan continued to find herself in small roles in film and TV until she made her next big break. In 2004, Megan Fox met Brian Austin Green and got engaged in 2006, only to call off the wedding in 2009 and then call the wedding back on a year later. Megan Fox gave birth to their firstborn in 2012 and their second child in 2014. A year later, the two announced that they would be separating and then filing for divorce. 8 months later, Megan and Brian had their third child in 2016 and decided to file for the dismissal of the divorce papers. 1 year later, after spending much time apart while the two were working, they decided to part ways in 2019, though they never finalized the divorce. Megan and Brian remained friends until he found out about Megan's new fiery romance. The two have been co-parenting their children ever since. In 2020, Machine Gun Kelly released his music video for My Bloody Valentine, which featured Megan Fox. The two originally met on the new film Midnight in the Switchgrass, but production was shut down 2 weeks in. Megan said, and I quote, "I knew right away that he was what I call a twin flame after the two of them met." At the time, Megan's ex Brian was aware of MGK, as Megan would talk about him, and he knew that they were friends. But there were loads of rumors going around that Megan and MGK were already giving off very coupley vibes on set. By the summer of 2020, we were starting to see photos of the two circling around. And then Machine Gun Kelly posted their first official couple picture in July. 2 days later, Megan posted a couple's picture with the caption, "Achingly beautiful boy, my heart is yours." And then her ex-boyfriend Brian posted a photo of their son with the exact same caption. He was feeling a bit hurt as the divorce papers still weren't finalized, and he felt like he had a chance to get back together due to their mutual understanding, and he went on to say that he never says never. Finally though, the 90210 star clued in to the fact that Megan had moved on and was all about MGK now. In an interview with Howard Stern, Machine Gun Kelly said, and I quote, "I didn't know what love was until me and her made eye contact. That's when I was like, whoa. What a poet. Who knew that MGK had such a way with words?" At the end of 2020, Megan Fox attempted to file for divorce again from Brian, as she was planning for a while that she was ready to slowly introduce her kids to MGK and their new life together. Engagement rumors started going around at the beginning of 2021, but they were only rumors, of course. Megan was still preparing for her divorce to be finalized. Though one rumor that was being spread when Megan and MGK were first seen together was by MGK's ex, Summer Rae, who accused him of cheating. Summer Rae and MGK were dating while he was filming Midnight in the Switchgrass, but poor Summer wasn't aware of Fox's scandalous behavior. Summer said, and I quote, "I waited in the hotel the whole time while he's filming with her. And I'm not really thinking anything of it. I thought she was older and had kids and was married and stuff." So maybe Megan and MGK were hooking up at that time, but Summer's accusations didn't bother either of them. Megan and MGK were the hottest new couple on the block, and they weren't afraid to show it by posing on red carpets in next to nothing outfits with their tongues always stuck out. Even though Megan did receive some hate for dating a younger man, which he really isn't much younger. She responded, and I quote, "The fact that he's 4 years younger than me and people want to act like I'm dating a younger man. He's 31 and I'm 35. Granted, he's lived like he's 19 his whole life, but he isn't 19. The two are totally all over each other, as we've clearly seen on social media. And MGK is over the moon with his newfound love, and went on to describe Megan as, and I quote, "She's like the earth. When it's summer, it's the hottest summer. When it's winter, it's the most amazing chill. And in the fall and spring, it's a beautiful transition. She is unlike any person I have ever met in my life." Ah, there we go. Something a little more poetic. Megan Fox is very thrilled about her relationship with MGK, but has told fans not to expect any babies anytime soon, as they both have super busy schedules and want to make sure that the timing is right for both their families. Megan has been spending time with her kids while still managing to co-parent with her ex Brian Austin Green. Megan Fox has also been hanging out with the Kardashians, spending a lot of time with Kourtney and her new fiance Travis Barker, who is incredibly close with Machine Gun Kelly. Megan Fox managed to kick her curse first acting career, and is now a feature in a new dark comedy film called Big Gold Brick that is coming out in 2022.
Man, I don't want to talk about this. Dude, I've done this so many times, dude. Can we just, I don't want to do an interview, man. Can we just, like, I don't.
Machine Gun Kelly is one of the weirdest celebs out there. Starting out as a relatively normal rap artist with a standard career, MGK has officially become one of the most talked about celebrities for his bizarre and cringy relationship with Megan Fox. Their weird stints with PDA and needing to write the worst poetry I've ever seen about one another has everybody paying attention, if not also scratching their heads in confusion. MGK also has a checkered past of being aggressive and weird towards fans, talking creepily about girls and starting unnecessary beef with other artists. Despite his odd antics, he still claims to be misunderstood. I don't know, he and Megan give me high school band kid who just started dating vibes. It's like they're trying to be Twilight actors or something. Colson Baker, known professionally by his rap alias Machine Gun Kelly, was born in Houston, Texas to missionary parents who traveled a lot during Baker's youth. He would grow up, begin producing rap albums, and eventually become rather decorated for his work. In 2012 though, MGK inappropriately tweeted about Eminem's daughter, stating, quote, "Okay, so I just saw a picture of Eminem's daughter and I have to say she's hot as f*** in the most respectful way possible because M is king." This started a feud between Kelly and Eminem because his daughter was 16 at the time while MGK was in his 20s. In response to the tweet, Eminem wrote a diss track about him with the next two rap artists dissing one another back and forth in their next few studio albums. The rapper has also been in some hot water for his tweets pertaining to underage fans. MGK has made several tweets about finding young girls attractive, which has led multiple people to call him out for his creepy behavior. In 2010, when he was 19 years old, the rapper tweeted, quote, "I wish year-old girls weren't allowed to be so hot, so I wouldn't feel like such a creeper when I look at them." He has posted 2 other tweets since then, claiming he finds his fans attractive, particularly between the ages of He hasn't said anything this drastic since the last one was posted in 2012, but yikes. MGK also has a history of not being the greatest person to his fans. Many fans recall uncomfortable moments when meeting with the rapper. One such fan, Emmy Lamp, describes the rapper DMing her asking if she wanted to meet up. Upon meeting, Emmy accidentally called him sis and MGK cussed her out, calling her a dumb and a weird which left her crying in the bathroom. Similarly, another fan recalls asking the rapper for a picture. He was ignored, so the fan asked again. Reportedly, MGK blew up at the fan, yelling at him to, quote, "Just take the photo." He's also been known to get into physical altercations with fans, although, to be fair, it's usually after the fans incite the violence and egg him on. On another note, MGK has also dabbled in movies, starring in a handful of films with moderate success. He did films like Bird Box and Nerve, and while on set for the movie Switchblade Grass, he met Megan Fox. At the time of filming the movie, MGK was dating Instagram model Summer Rae, and it was later alleged by the model that MGK cheated on her with Megan Fox during filming. Summer Rae stated on the Impulsive podcast, quote, "If you look at the timeline of us dating, we were together, and I was waiting the whole time in the hotel room. He's filming with her, and I'm sitting in the hotel room thinking nothing's wrong." It wasn't revealed until much later that MGK only took the movie role because he found out he would be filming with the Transformers actor. Megan herself was married to her now ex-husband Brian Austin Green. During their separation, MGK and Megan Fox officially began dating in June 2020. Together, they are like the weirdest couple of all time. So, being the newest it couple, what have Megan and MGK been up to lately? Well, on an interview with Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon, MGK recalls a time that he threw a knife into the air and accidentally stabbing himself in the hands in an attempt to impress Megan. He recalls that the next morning, once the actress left his home, quote, "I need stitches real quick. I've got a knife in my hand." It's unclear to me whether he kept the knife lodged in his hand the entire night or not. Since the confirmation of their relationship, MGK and Megan have not held back on PDA at all. Posting to both of their Instagrams consistently, both of the stars love to show off their intimacy with one another. They seem to be extremely poetic. In an October 2021 Instagram post, Megan writes of her relationship with the rapper, quote, "The tale of two outcasts and star-crossed lovers caught in the throes of a torrid solar flare romance featuring," and then a listicle, "feverish obsession, addiction, shamans, lots of blood, general mayhem, therapy, tantric night terrors, binding rituals, chakra sound baths, psychedelic hallucinations, organic smoothies," and now I'm paraphrasing here so we don't get strict, "the kind of intimacy that would make Lucifer clutch his rosary." I mean, yeah, enough said, I guess. Not much else to add to that one. I mean, isn't Megan Fox like 35 years old too? I guess it's nice she's getting some organic smoothies in between all those tantric night terrors. There's also that one time for GQ magazine that internet, Megan Fox and MGK were recounting when they first met on a film set that I will have to get you to fill in of the blanks a little bit for certain words I can't say. Fox is quoted as saying, "I just remember this tall, blonde, ghostly creature, and I looked up and I was like, you smell like insert potent smelling substance characterized by a green leaf here." He then looked down at me and was like, "I am that substance." Then I swear to God he disappeared like a ninja in a smoke bomb. That was the actual quote. They also refer to their relationship as the darkest fairy tale that has a demonic side. I literally don't know what that means. Like, what? It's all just so cringy, like they're pretending to be leads in a Twilight movie or something. The internet has not stopped memeing the couple too. One user stated, quote, "MGK made uncool, so I'm gonna stop smoking." The relationship between Megan Fox and MGK has honestly, in my opinion, completely overshadowed the rapper's career, just based purely on how bizarre it is. I don't think we should forget how creepy the rapper has been in the past, but one can see his attempt to rebrand with Megan Fox hasn't lost any of its quirks or charm.
The latest and greatest from this rapper though is his real life Bloody Valentine's moment during his final mainstream sellout tour show over the past weekend. He uploaded an Instagram story on Monday where he shared a thread of his face gushing with actual blood and the words, "Oh my god, that was effing insane," following his stunt of smashing a wine glass over his head. MGK gave fans a close-up of the damage as he said, "They didn't tell you I went back to the stadium at 5 a.m. and tried to sleep in the middle of the field, LMAO." Additionally, concert footage displayed fans erupting in cheers as MGK declared how he's rich-itch during the show. This was before he chugged the glass of wine and proceeded to smash it. In another part of this show, the Cleveland native found himself embarking on the last-minute decision to zip line through the entire length of the stadium. A close source to MGK discussed the following with Page 6. It was his idea and was executed in less than 24 hours. The zip line was erected that day to take him to the top of the Browns Stadium across 50,000 fans to the opposite side of the field. He announced to the audience that up until a few hours before the show, he was told it couldn't be done. It was a thrilling moment from any angle, as you can see from many of the videos circulating. When he posted the video on Instagram on Sunday, it was captioned with "Till I Die." Conclusively, MGK will now officially be celebrated by law annually in his home state. He had quite the busy weekend as Ohio Mayor Justin Bibb honored the musician during a press conference and graced him with a document that declared MGK has a new day named Machine Gun Kelly Day in his hometown, merely hours before MGK took the stage to wrap his North American leg of his tour at the city's first Energy Stadium. In response, MGK captioned a social media uploaded video, "It's officially a holiday in the city of Cleveland. These are happy tears. Thank you at Mayor Bibb and thank you Cleveland." In light of the press rollout, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame hosted a free honorary tailgate event called Machine Gun Kelly Day to lead up to his concert later that night. It featured live local musical performers and had a display of one of MGK's tour outfits and his iconic signature signed pink guitar. Before MGK took his final stateside tour stage, he shared photos of the stadium with some throwback pictures taken in the state. He captured it from getting arrested at South Park Mall in 2011 for telling fans to show up to selling out the stadium tomorrow in my hometown. Legendary, this will be the concert of all concerts. The opening acts for this show were Avril Lavigne, Travis Barker, Trippie Redd, 44 Phantom, and Willow. In the next month, MGK's European portion of this tour begins in Denmark and wraps in the late fall in the Netherlands. For this, he's joined by reoccurring openers 44 Phantom and newcomer Ian Dior. As for MGK and Megan, the two are still very much together in the midst of all these breakup rumors. According to a TMZ source, they're doing just fine and aren't experiencing any big issues. These rumors began stemming from MGK's lack of presence on Megan's social media since May, as well as Megan missing out on MGK's latest Cleveland show. However, the same source has hinted that the two's current states have less to do with relationship woes and more to do with the basics of life. The source wrote to the outlet, quote, "They obviously can't be together 24/7. Both of them work and have kids, but we're told they're solid." MGK also reportedly referred to Megan as his wife on stage. So apparently this couple is too time consumed with planning their wedding and drinking one another's blood in their free time to adhere to the public's request of coupled up pics in the weeks following their relationship stretching out. Good for them, I guess.